What is going on, everybody? It is your boy SK with Purple and SKOL'd Media. I'm here with my guy Curtis from TYAcatch 84. And man, we're gonna talk some Vikings football. We're gonna talk the quarterback position specifically. So stick around.
SKOL'd to the bowl. Whole lot of SKOL'd gang on this one. Yeah. Hey. 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 SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care what the team doing, man. They ain't messing with the perp gang. It's our year, time to get this ring. Bring it home back to the SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring.
What is going on, everybody? As I said before, oh, there we go. We got the SKOL'd chant going. All right, now. Curtis got his buddy over there.
And there's JJ, the Basset Hound.
Got the whole crew, JJ, the Basset Hound. All right, I see you, Curtis. But yeah, man, we're just hopping on here, giving you guys a quick little content. We're going to talk some quarterbacks. So we're going to talk Sam Darnold. We're going to talk JJ McCarthy and how we think this offseason is going to go. Will JJ McCarthy be starting week 1? Will he be playing at all in his rookie season? So that's what we're going to deep dive into today. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Feel free to post some comments in there. I should be able to be to see all your guys' comments here unless StreamYard is giving me some issues. But we'll get to those as much as we can. Thank you, No Stop, for tapping in. Appreciate you. But what's up, Curtis? How we feeling, man?
Oh, this is the most excited I've been for an offseason, and I can't remember how long. I mean, as you know, Tony and I do the Vikings Vintage Show. So we have not had a quarterback drafted in the first round in a long time. And, JJ is the highest ever drafted. It's just the excitement of maybe it's the excitement of the unknown. Is he the guy? Is he not the guy? Because typically of the 6 quarterbacks taken, 3 are going to be above the other 3. 2 are probably going to be great. 1's probably going to be a serviceable starter, and 2 are probably going to be bust. I don't think JJ is going to be that bust, but we don't know. I think
Let's cross our fingers, right?
Yeah, I think Bo Nix is definitely one of the busts, though.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the whole Sean Payton kind of, oh, yeah, we kind of baited the Vikings into moving up a spot for JJ McCarthy and blah, blah, blah. So I don't think it's more so a personal thing with Bo Nix. It's more of Sean Payton's your coach. I hope you guys don't do well. So
yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is this is something new. This is something new for Minnesota Vikings fans. We've never had this kind of situation before where we drafted a quarterback in the top 10, like you said, never drafted a quarterback in the top 10. The highest we ever drafted a quarterback was at 11. That was Dante Culpepper in the early 2000s. So this is all new to us. We're all kind of taking this in and saying, you know what? I like this feeling, the feeling of the unknown. What's going to happen next? How good can JJ McCarthy possibly be? And if I'm being quite honest, with the team that we have and the weapons that we have on this team, I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Darnold goes out there and lights it up and he finally has an opportunity to show, hey, this is why I was drafted. What was he, number 2 or number 3 overall in that draft to the Jets? So he has, this is his last chance. This is the opportunity to show, hey, this is the reason why I got drafted so high, even though it was, 5-6 years ago. I'm with the best possible team I could be with right now, with the best weapons I've ever had. He showed flashes in San Francisco when he did have the opportunity to play. So now it's kind of his job to lose going into week 1. I don't know if you'd agree with that.
No, it is. And think about the 2 franchises that he played for, Carolina and the Jets. So I think we can all agree those 2 franchises, up until maybe the last 2 years with the Jets, but up until that, they were both dumpster fires of franchises. So I look at it as this is by far and away the best team he's ever played on. And if he can't succeed with this team, then he's just not going to ever succeed in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if JJ doesn't play a game all year and the Vikings make the playoffs, because I don't think the Vikings are going to be terrible. I mean, like Sports Illustrated says Minnesota's going 3-14. That ain't happening. That's not happening. So
if we do, good thing we kept that first round pick, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't see it. Even if Sam Darnold plays like he did in Carolina, there's just too much talent on this team for them to be that bad. And don't worry about JJ. He's going to get signed. All this talk about him not signing, he's going to get signed. But it also now there's talk that JJ's look so good that he could start week one. I don't think so, but we never know.
Yeah, I think it's a little too early to jump to that conclusion. Oh, JJ is going to be the week one
Yeah,
starter. I wouldn't be surprised. And this is what's kind of been the situation this has kind of been reminding me of. And I know we're super early in the process of this off season. We're not even in mini camp and training camp yet. So we're barely getting into OTAs. We're dipping
yeah,
our toe in the water right now. But what it reminds me of is when the Philadelphia Eagles went out there and drafted Carson Wentz. Granted, he was drafted number 2 overall in that draft, and they still had Sam Bradford on that roster. And throughout
yeah,
the entire offseason, the Eagles were preaching, Sam Bradford is our guy. He's going to be our starter this year. We're going to ease Carson Wentz in. And a week before week 1, boom, ship Sam Bradford off to the Minnesota Vikings for, I believe it was a first round pick and like a 5th round pick, somewhere along those lines. But this somewhat reminds me of that situation, not necessarily that we're gonna go out there and we're gonna trade Sam Darnold a week before week 1, but it reminds me of the situation to where it's like, okay, we're not gonna put too much pressure on JJ. We're gonna let him kinda work through his rookie kinks throughout training camp and everything, and if we feel like he's ready, we're not going to announce it until the week before we actually start playing football. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go out there and do that. And, I mean, obviously, preseason is going to play a major factor in that. This is the most important preseason for Minnesota Vikings football in a very, very long time, and, I mean, I could look back to maybe the year Teddy Bridgewater got hurt, that same year that we went
yeah,
and for Sam Bradford, that was a huge preseason for the Minnesota Vikings because that was the year that Teddy Bridgewater was going to take that next step and be that top 10, top 12 quarterback that we've been dying for. And everybody loves Teddy because obviously we went out there, we drafted him. He was our guy. He was kind of the underdog story, the underdog feel that Minnesota Vikings fans just love to gravitate towards. So this is kind of the same deal. There's a lot of criticism around JJ McCarthy outside of Minnesota.
yeah,
And the only kind of credit that, national media is kind of giving him outside of a few guys that do give JJ McCarthy credit is that he's just in a good situation. And yes, obviously, JJ McCarthy is in a great situation with the weapons we have, the offensive line that we have, which it's been a long time since we could say that. And quite honestly, our defense is actually looking really, really good going into this season if we're able to stay healthy. So not only is he going into a perfect situation, but JJ's a baller.
yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. Let's give the guy credit. JJ is a baller. He has all the intangibles that you want in a quarterback. He's a natural leader. He's everything you need, everything you want in a franchise quarterback. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we go throughout the entire offseason, the entire preseason, and it gets close to that week 1 game against the Giants. And an announcement comes out saying, well, JJ McCarthy starting week 1 over Sam Darnold. So
I
I
don't.
don't think that's completely out of the realm of things, but I am leaning towards Sam Darnold at least starting week 1 and starting the
Yeah,
season.
I don't think Darnold starts week one. I mean, I'm sorry, JJ. I don't think he starts week one. I think it's Darnold because I don't think they want to ruin. I don't think they want to happen to JJ what happened to Ponder.
Yeah.
You put him out there before he's ready. Now, I'm not saying JJ's Christian Ponder. I'm not,
Yeah.
that's
No,
not
no,
how you-
no, no.
Let me clarify that right now.
Please
I'm not
no.
saying that, but I don't think that he's gonna. They don't want to throw him out there before he's ready because they said that he had to hit benchmarks before they put him out there. So we'll
Yeah.
see what the benchmarks are. Darnold has the ability to make every throw, to make every play. He, from what I understand, the way he looked in San Francisco compared to how he looked in Carolina and how he looked in New York were way different. Like they changed his feet, they changed his motion. Um, So yeah, he said he saw ghosts, but if I played behind that offensive line that the Jets had, I'd see ghosts too.
Yeah, no,
You
most
know,
definitely. So I mean,
yeah,
we're looking at what he was able not to do necessarily in San
yeah,
Francisco, but what he learned. If you want to learn from any coaching staff or you want to take a quarterback and kind of mold him to the best possible quarterback he can be, regardless of what we feel about the 49ers or Kyle Shanahan, they know how to groom quarterbacks over there. And
yeah.
it's proven year in and year out. It seems like it's somebody different. If it's not Brock Purdy, it was Jimmy Garoppolo before. Sam Darnold when he had the opportunity to actually play. And we can even go back to Nick Mullins when they were having their injury issues over
Yep.
there. And Nick Mullins had to step up and play for the San Francisco 49ers. He played really well. I mean, he played
Better than
really
we
well
did
for
for us.
us as well. We just didn't win
Well,
games.
I mean, that
But
last pass to Jefferson against the Lions was pretty bad.
yeah, I mean, he's a second string quarterback for a reason,
Yeah.
you know. So, but shout out JJ in the house. What's up, JJ? What's up, nephew?
But I
Nephew in the
think
house over here.
I don't think they keep 4 quarterbacks. So I think Hall is the odd man out because I think they keep Mullins because Mullins knows the offense and he can translate it to the other 2 quarterbacks.
Absolutely, especially when you have a rookie quarterback in the house, when you have JJ McCarthy coming in,
Yeah.
you want guys that can actually groom him and mold him into a professional quarterback.
Yeah.
And look, I've never been a Jaron Hall fan. I know we have kind of guys in our circle that Jaron Mahomes Hall, and we had this whole kind of push for Jaron Hall when it was time for him to play. But I think we all know what Jaron Hall is. I think wish the best of luck to him. He'll get picked up by somebody, whether it be on
Yeah.
somebody's practice squad or whether he's a second or third string quarterback. But if you want to give JJ McCarthy the best possible situation to succeed for this team in the NFL, you obviously need to keep Sam Darnold because he's been through it before. He's been through the
Yeah.
ringer. He's been a top 10 pick as a quarterback. So he knows kind of what is expected out of that position when you're drafted so high. And then you got a guy in Nick Mullins who's a veteran who's going to do anything he possibly can to help this team. And he showed that with his press conference after the Lions game last year, where he's pretty much crying in front of the microphone and saying, I love this team. I will, run through a brick wall for this team. I love these guys. Just by that right there, you got to keep Nick Mullins around. He's showing he cares, and he's going to help mold a young rookie quarterback into a franchise quarterback, hopefully. So, yeah, it's got to be Mullins, Darnold, and obviously J.J. McCarthy as our 3 quarterbacks. There's no way we keep 4 guys in there. We might try and sneak Jaron Hall on the practice squad somehow, but he'll get picked up somewhere.
It might happen.
So what's up,
Kellen,
Sarah? Sarah says,
what up,
hey,
Sarah?
Curtis,
We missed you Friday night. We missed you Friday. Kellen Mond got picked up. He got released, but he got picked up. So Jaron Hall is probably going to get picked up.
What was he? He went to San Francisco for a little bit, didn't he? Kellen Mond? Or no, it was Cleveland. It was Cleveland.
Do not know, but I can't remember who he just got released by.
I know he went to Cleveland for a little bit, but I think he might have went to San Francisco for a short time as well.
Well, there was a team that drafted a quarterback, and that team released Kellen Mond after they drafted the quarterback.
It might have been Cleveland then, because Cleveland, Cleveland went and drafted another quarterback too, and they have DTR from UCLA that they drafted last year.
Well, that's who we all wanted.
Yeah, that's who we want. And he actually looked really good. The opportunities that he did get to play, he actually looked pretty decent. But we all know Deshaun Watson's going to be starting over there on that end. But what's up, Addison season?
Yeah.
Okay, superstar breakout year. I wouldn't be mad at it. So I think we're both in agreement that J.J. McCarthy probably won't be starting week 1. It's more than likely going to be Sam Darnold. You said J.J.'s not going to play the entire season.
There's a possibility that he will not play. If Sam Darnold plays the way I think if Sam Darnold plays the way I think he can, I don't think JJ sees the field this year. It was the Saints that cut Kellen Mond, by the way, when they drafted Spencer Rattler.
The Saints, okay, yeah. That's
but
right.
if because I don't think Sam Darnold. Everybody talks about how Sam Darnold is trash and all this, but you also, when it comes to a young quarterback, you also have to look at the situation that he was in. And those 2 situations that he was in were just awful.
bad.
So, and like I said, he has the talent to do it. He's got a good offense. This is a great offense from everything I've seen from ex quarterbacks who played in the NFL who are now YouTubers who break down film. They talk about how great this offense is.
Mm-hmm.
How Sam Darnold is designed for this offense. So we'll see. Now the problem is if Sam Darnold plays it at MVP level, instead like the Vikings go on
Whoa
like a
there,
magical
Curtis.
run.
Whoa there,
Well,
Curtis. You're
no.
getting
I'm saying like 2017, we didn't think Case Keenum was going to play that well.
Yeah.
So what if the same thing happens with Sam Darnold?
I mean, it would be so Vikings for that to happen.
Right. So then what happens? Do you sign Darnold to a long-term contract? Do you keep JJ? This is the type of stuff that has happened in the Vikings history.
Yeah.
You sign a bridge quarterback, and Teddy Bridgewater. Let's say go back to your Teddy Bridgewater comment. Teddy Bridgewater does not get hurt. We never have the Kirk Cousins infighting between the Vikings fans.
Yeah, very true. We wouldn't have traded for Sam Bradford.
Right. Yeah. We wouldn't have lost the first round pick to the guy who the team who we lost the pick to made the most important play in that game with the strip sack.
Yep.
So,
thank you for reminding us, Curtis. Thank you for reminding us.
Hey, I do Vikings vintage. It's not a habit.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think when you draft a quarterback in the top 10,
yeah,
I'm not going to say that you have to play him his rookie year, but with the hype that he is getting and the push that he is getting from this fan base, and it seems like from the coaching staff and the front office as well, eventually he's got to play. Unless unless Sam Darnold does go out there and just absolutely lights it up and he's in MVP conversation and we're, leading the division, then that's a different story. You don't want to.
The issue is Sam Darnold could be lighting it up for 5 weeks, and then that 6th game he throws 4 picks.
Yep. And then it's JJ McCarthy time.
Time for JJ. Because it's going to happen.
Yep.
So even though the Vikings may be like 4-2 at the time, they're still going to call for JJ.
It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So I know there's a stretch. I believe it's starting in week 12, where I think it's 3 straight home games.
The 3 straight home games, but they also play those 3 straight road games.
Mm-hmm.
But they're against teams that they should be. Like it's Tennessee, it's the Colts, it's the AFC South. Every team's in the AFC South except for the Texans. So it's the Colts, the Jaguars, Colts, Jaguars, Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
I think they play the Bears once.
Yeah, that Monday night game, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they play another. I think they play the Cardinals too. So
all winnable games.
Yes, all winnable games. That's going to be the part of the season where now I think if the Vikings are, because the start of the schedule is tough.
Yeah,
so
definitely is.
If the Vikings are 1-4, and Sam Darnold's playing okay, but he's not playing great. Like Sam Darnold's not the reason you're losing the games. Do they go to JJ or do they have him sit some more? I think if you're 1-4, I think the season's over. You know, and you need to go to JJ. But I mean, we don't know. We don't know what the benchmarks are. He could not be hitting the benchmarks that KOC has set for him in the practice.
Yeah, I mean, in like we're saying, it all depends on where the team is at that point in the season. Because if we are sitting at 1-4, 1-5, you're at the point to where it's like, okay, season may be out of hand at that point. Yes, the schedule does lighten up on the back end of our schedule, but I don't want to go through the entire season with Sam Darnold if it's going to be a shitty season anyway.
Oh yeah, if they go 5-12, or 6-11, I don't want Sam Darnold to be the quarterback the whole year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's get those rookie jitters out of the way. Let's not push that back to his second year and waste another year of having a quarterback on a rookie deal, because I think that was the biggest topic of conversation when we were talking about the whole Kirk Cousins thing and all that. Kirk is a good quarterback, but the issue with Kirk Cousins was we were just paying him way too much. We still got to pay JJ. We got to pay a bunch of other guys, Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill extension. We got a bunch of guys that we need to give money to. and keeping Kirk Cousins at the rate that he was making money and the $100 million guaranteed that he got from Atlanta, there was no way in hell that we could give a quarterback that money. So the biggest topic of conversation is we finally have a quarterback on a rookie deal. We can build this roster up and we can actually make a run at a Super Bowl with a legitimate rookie or second or third year quarterback. So if we're having a shitty season and we're sitting at 2-6, 1-7, or whatever it may be, then you definitely got to consider putting JJ McCarthy in there just so you can, knock the rust off a little bit, let him get accustomed to the NFL speed. So when year 2 does come around and you do continue to build this roster around him, he comes in, he steps in season 2 and says, I've already been there. I played on Monday night. I played in prime time. I played against, the quote unquote winner of the NFC North, whether it be the Detroit Lions or whether it be the Green Bay Packers. He can put that in his back pocket and he can run in year 2 with a very, very good roster. So I would much rather have that happen than to just wait it out and say, all right, JJ, year 2, let's go get out there and let's kind of shake off these rookie, jitters in year 2. Let's get them out of the way now to where year 2 comes around, we can really make a run.
Because people bring up Patrick Mahomes sitting for a year, but he didn't sit the whole year. He started the last 2 games.
Yep, exactly.
To get to know the speed of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, so that would be awesome for him to do that. And people talking about, you're paying Kirk Cousins $35 million, then why are we going to pay JJ $35 million? Well, the difference is you can structure JJ's contract to where he gets all the money the first couple of years when JJ's still on his rookie contract.
Yep.
And then you can also sign Darnold and structure it the same way as well. So, because let's say Cousins was still on this team, you couldn't pay Cousins what he's making in Atlanta. You couldn't pay JJ what he wants, and you could not pay Darnold what he wants.
No way.
So by getting rid of Cousins in his contract and having McCarthy on his rookie contract, you're able to sign Jets for a big contract. You're able to sign Darnold for a big time contract. And the Vikings have, I think it's the 5th most cap space next year.
Yep.
Because of all the dead cap space from Davenport, Cousins, and Hunter will be gone. So you have all that money. But some of that money is going to get eaten too by the contract of Darnold and JJ and Jets. But think about it: year 3, 4 of that contract that they're going to sign with Jets and they're going to sign with Darnold. It's probably not going to be anywhere near what the first 2 years is. It's probably not going to be, $35 million. It's probably going to, 15, 7, off the cap hip. I'm talking about the cap.
Yeah.
So that's where I see it. And JJ and McCarthy will still be on his rookie contract for at least another year. Because remember, we get 5 years, and the first 4 years, it's like very little money. The 5th year, you got the escalation to the 5th year pickup. That's when the money really hits. Yeah. But for at least for the next 4 years, the Vikings have a quarterback on the rookie scale, and Darnold's only making $10 million, so that's kind of like a rookie. So
yeah, I mean, for a quality backup in the NFL nowadays, you're paying about $10 million per year, whether we like it or not. That's just how it goes in the NFL nowadays. The backup quarterback position is extremely important, as you can tell when guys go down.
How many people in the world can actually play that position?
Exactly.
There's not too many. So that's why I never got mad at what the Vikings are paying Kirk Cousins, because yes, when he initially signed his contract, he was one of the highest paid. But by the time the end of his contract, he was where he should have been. He's around the 10th, 11th, 12th best quarterback in the league, and that's where he was pay wise. Yep. So I don't have an issue with. I would never give him a 36-year-old coming off an Achilles injury, what the Falcons gave him. So,
and then draft a quarterback in the top 10.
Yeah. So I'm happy with the Vikings quarterback situation. This reminds me of, what year was it? 99, like early 90s, like 97 or 90. Like they had Brad Johnson as their quarter. They had like 3 quarterbacks on their. They had like Tommy Kramer, Brad Johnson, and I think Rich Gannon all at the quarterback position at one time.
Yeah.
So that was probably the best quarterback situation they had. So this is probably up there with that with Sam Darnold and and JJ. Um, from everything I've seen from JJ, he wanted to play for Minnesota. Now they were saying that Minnesota would move up 3 to get Drake May. I don't know. Um, Drake May has the Drake May has the thing that gets coaches fired and GMs fired. It's called potential.
Yeah.
Drake May has far more potential than anybody in the draft. That's why everybody liked him. But he other than McCarthy, he has thrown the less passes of all the quarterbacks that were drafted.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know if he's going to be the guy. So the Vikings wanted it, but I think the Vikings are extremely happy with McCarthy. I think it was 1A and 1B. I don't think it was really like a 1-2. I think it was a 1A and 1B between
Yeah.
those two.
And then for you to go up and grab a guy like Drake May, you were gonna have to give up the house.
We would not
And
have Dallas Turner if they
yeah,
got Drake
exactly.
May.
Exactly. So again, if we want to go back and talk about the draft, it was an absolute home run in
Oh
that
yeah,
draft. Absolute home
and,
run. JJ McCarthy ultimately fell to you. You didn't
yeah,
have to worry about the Giants grabbing him. So we gave up a fifth and a sixth round pick or something
yeah.
to
Gave
move
up a
uh,
fourth and a fifth and a sixth the next year. And then did you watch that video that the Vikings put out about the draft night? About the draft?
with Quasey.
Yeah, there's like a 20-minute video on Vikings.com talks about the
Mm-hmm.
draft. They were excited to get every player that they got.
Yep.
Like generally excited. They're like, oh man, our main guy was taken. Let's get our second guy. No,
Yeah, no.
that the main guy that they wanted was the guys that they took. I mean, they were excited about drafting the kicker. That's how much they wanted the
Yeah,
kicker from Alabama.
yeah, what
Riker.
the crazy part to me is I think it was after we drafted Dallas Turner after the first round, and
Yeah.
Quasey was like, "We can come back. We can get Kyrie Jackson. We can get
Yep.
Jurgens. We can get the kicker." And he's naming all the guys that we
Right.
literally
And
went out there and
right, and
drafted.
he moved. He didn't move at all, and he still
Nope.
got him.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, yeah, we like this Kyrie guy. If we have to, we'll move up to get him. They didn't have
Mm-hmm.
to.
Nope.
So, yeah. So I mean, so obviously, if these players don't work out, then obviously Quasey whiffed. But I don't think you get that excited over players. I don't. Obviously, they're not. Some are going to whiff. It just happens. But yeah, I think they're excited for this draft and with the grand scheme of things, people talked about how much the Vikings gave up to get Turner. Well, if you include the draft picks they got for Turner and the picks they traded up for for McCarthy, they would have had to give up those picks to move up to 3 to get a quarterback.
Yep.
So I don't think it was when you look at the draft in totality and what they gave up, I don't think they overpaid at all.
No. Especially when you go up there and you're grabbing your quarterback of the future, you're
Yeah.
gonna pay a little bit more. That
The
team
QB
that's
tax.
giving up that pick, they're gonna ask for a little bit more, which it's just how things work.
Yep.
It's just how things work in the NFL. We're gonna it's that quarterback tax. You're gonna have to throw us another pick or two. So I think everybody's happy with the JJ McCarthy pick. I think the front office is happy. I think the coaching staff is happy. And obviously the fan base is happy and they're excited to see what JJ McCarthy is going to bring to this team. So it's a long offseason. A lot can happen. We have a whole lot more news that's going to come out regarding the quarterback position and obviously the entire team. So, we're going to be on the lookout. We're going to, talk Vikings football throughout the offseason.
Yep.
But definitely keep an eye out, especially when training camp starts and especially when the preseason starts, of how JJ McCarthy looks and kind of what the word is around, TCO of what is JJ actually, going to show? Is he going to actually play early in the season? We don't know. But again, it goes back. It kind of reminds me of that Carson Wentz, Sam Bradford, and Philadelphia thing to where they were pushing the Sam Bradford, he's our starter. He's our starter up until a week before week 1. And then they shipped him over here to Minnesota. And then the rest is history. So, and Carson Wentz actually played really good until he got injured. So, again, a lot can happen. A lot can change. But we will definitely be here and we will definitely be talking about JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. And I see Rap hopping in at the last minute like he always does. What's up, Rap?
Fashionably
JJ
late.
to JJ. So, but yeah, if you guys don't already, make sure you follow the Purple and SKOL'd Media YouTube page. And then obviously you got to follow our guy Curtis's page as well, TYAcatch 84. Make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter as well at SK_NFL. And I believe it's the same handle, TYAcatch 84.
Yeah, no, it's just Catch 84 on X.
Okay, that's why I couldn't tag you and stuff. I'm over here typing in TYAcatch.
Well, you asked for my YouTube. You didn't ask for my X, but yeah, my X is at Catch 84.
Okay, so yeah, make sure you go ahead and give Curtis a follow there on Twitter /X as well. But we appreciate you guys tapping in with us, man. I gotta go, and it's basketball season. My squad's still in it. My Pacers are trying to take out these Celtics.
You gotta watch the Twins.
Oh, okay, you're watching this one. It's baseball. See, I'm not a baseball guy, but you know, respect
to
the Twins over there.
So.
But good luck to the Timberwolves. I know a lot of people in here are Timberwolves fans.
Mavs in 6.
You said Mavs in 6? Oh man, you're gonna get people riled up. Nobody's gonna subscribe to our pages now.
I'm just being a contrarian.
But again, appreciate you guys tapping in, man. Hit that subscribe button. It is your boy SK with my guy Curtis over here. Until next time, SKOL'd Vikings.
SKOL'd to the bowl. Whole lot of SKOL'd gang on this one. Yeah. Hey. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd all the way to the bowl, man. My team about to